Tim Spall, thank you very much indeed. Now, I'm saying that because we did take a brief pause there, and while you looked the other way, Tim left the building.
Mr. Spall has left the room.
Because he doesn't want to sit in here while Mark reviews his movie. So anyway...
although we've kind of discussed it,
we have, and there'll be more with Tim, as I mentioned, in take 2. But for the moment, it snows in Benidorm. Here we go.
Well, I think the key to it was something that Tim said in that interview about it's not a film which is plot-led. It's a film in which the plot is a device, or to use the phrase that he used, a MacGuffin, to create an atmosphere, a kind of unsettling, strange atmosphere in which you're not entirely sure where the film is going. Yes, on one hand, it is a story about somebody working in a bank who finds themselves retired against their own will, has become estranged from their brother who lives in Benidorm, finally takes up the invitation to go to Benidorm. When they get there, the brother has disappeared. And so that's what I mean about it being a ghost story. But his character then finds himself. I mean, he goes looking for his brother. His brother isn't there. You kind of touched on this in the interview. One of the key characters in the movie is an absence. We don't see him. We don't hear him. He's an absence. And what happens is that Tim Spall's character then starts living in his apartment, starts adopting his wardrobe, starts to some extent adopting his identity, or at least the ghost of his identity. The best way of describing it, I think, is this. I watched the movie knowing nothing about it other than the title. I didn't even know that they go to Benidorm. I thought it might be one of those things like Another Kind of Alaska, or a different Alaska, whatever it's called, in which Alaska actually doesn't feature. And I spent the whole movie wondering where it was going. Where is this story moving to? What's happening when he first gets there and he's estranged, and then he moves into what's happening in the club? Is it kind of crying game? So what's going on? And when the film finished, I was left with this strange sort of aftertaste of the movie, which was then amplified by listening again to the score. But I was in a kind of a slightly woozy dream state. And the good lady, Professor Her indoors, said to me, "Are you all right?" And I went, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. But I've just watched this film. I wasn't quite sure what I was watching while I was watching it. But it's left me with something that I can't quite explain." And I think the best way of describing it is to say it is a film of an atmosphere, of a mood. That's why I think the music was so important. That's why your conversation with Tim Spall about the design and the painting and the way it looked. It really is an example of, this isn't, the narrative is not the point. The point is his character. I mean, it is a ghost story as much as anything else. His character is not really in search of his brother. His character is in search of himself and all those unresolved mysteries. What's going on with the housekeeper? What's going on with the brother? What's going on with the guy who runs the butchers? All those things are just a way of getting you into that kind of, that space between two certainties in which you fill in the gap. And it's a very good example of a movie which left me with a feeling that I found hard to shake off. And I think that is its strongest suit. That was a great video, wasn't it?
I couldn't take my eyes off it.
No, neither could they.
Do they know, do you think, that they can keep up to date with all things Kermode and Mayo's Take by following us on our socials? Because they're all here below.
Well, they definitely know it now.
That's true.